Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pick and Roll, the NBA betting show that goes live every weekday morning right here on the Board YouTube channel, the Hammers NBA Content Division. And we're live at a brand new time today. Thank you, everybody, for showing out, turning out for today's show. We're going live at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, or maybe a little bit after 9:45. It's already 9:52. But earlier on in the day to give us a better opportunity to find better line before they go stale later on in the day. And hopefully this lasts a bit longer throughout the day as more time for people to catch throughout the show. But we are excited today because it is a Monday. We're very much hoping for a bounce back week getting started today. And we also have a potential big SGP on the way for you guys to tail. Big SGP today is at plus 230 odds, but we know last week was the best, but we'll do it for 75 likes. If we can get 75 likes while we are live today for the show, we will give out the plus 230 SGP. But have no fear, along the way, three other bets on the way, two of which are SGPs, one of which is a straight play. We had correction to what I said in the chat earlier, but one straight play, three SGPs. So smash that like button to support the show. Get us up to 75 likes today. And also, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you know when we go live. You get notifications on. You would know that we went live here at 9:45 a.m. You wouldn't need to see the Twitter posts and everything associated. But let's get into the plays that we have for today. Just going to do the final run through on the numbers. And yes, indeed, we are all set. First play, straight play. We are going to the Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies game. This is the one of two plays that we have on this game. First of all, the straight play is on Derrick Jones Jr. to have over 12.5 points against those Grizzlies for minus 115 odds at BetMGM. Second play, we move over. We have the Pacers and Pistons involved. We're going to Cade Cunningham. A bit of a correlated play here. Under 9.5 assists and 20-plus points for Cade. That's minus 110 at BetMGM. That is the second play. Third play is in the Spurs-Rockets game. We're finally going back to our guy, Alperen Şengün. We're playing him 15-plus points and over 3.5 assists, and also adding on Devin Vassell, 15-plus points. That gives us minus 110 odds at BetMGM. So those are the three plays. We have a bonus big SGP on the Mavericks game, but we need 75 likes on today's stream. But before we get there, we're going to throw to Pips to tell us about the plays. First of all, let's talk about this Mavericks Grizzlies play on Derrick Jones Jr. Tell us about this one and why you're playing it.
So first of all, we are playing this because Dallas Mavericks are short-handed. Kyrie is out, Grant Williams is out, George Green is out, and I think Maxi Kleber is out. And Grant Williams is out. So there is no anyone to play like from two position to four position. Wing minutes are completely down to grab for Derrick Jones Jr. And if you take a look so far this season, Derrick Jones, when playing 25 or more minutes, he's over in 8 out of 10 games, so 80% clear rate. Also, 2 games against the Memphis Grizzlies, he scored 22 and 16 points. So with big minutes tonight, I expect him to play 30 or more. He should be like in 15 to 16 point range. So this line is just way too low. I expected this to open like 14 and a half. So seeing 12 and a half is very nice.
All right, so good stuff on the first play. It's a play that's down to the minute distribution. Hopefully, a lot of them going the way of Derrick Jones Jr. Let's go to this second play. Interesting correlation here. Expecting Cade to just thrive individually, but not help out his teammates here. Tell us about this one.
So if you take a look at the Pacers, they are very interesting. Like, I don't think we ever seen stuff like this. They allow the most points in the league, but if you take a look at the assist, they allow the fourth least assist, which is kind of insane to think. Like team that allows the most points usually allows the most assist, or at least close to the top. So when you look at the last game, Cade Cunningham played against the Indiana Pacers. He had 31 points and 5 assists. season high 26 field goal attempts. He had a couple of games with 26. But so they are making usually playmakers, pick and roll guys, making them score instead of pass. And with Durant being out, I don't know who is actually playing at the five. Is it Wiseman? Is it Stewart? But he's losing one easy like LU partner, so his assist will go at least down. Playing more minutes to Ivy, Hayes, Bojan Bogdanovic now, so he is not he doesn't have many as many touches as he had before this season, and he also didn't cover this like in he stayed under this line like 90% of the game so far this season. So like we're going for him to score and for him to go under in assist on a very high number of assists, very well correlated bet, especially against the Indiana Pacers, who, as I said, don't allow assists because they allow the least spot up least spot up shoots in the entire NBA by huge margin. So they are not helping on anyone. They are just letting the guys to pick their own play 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. So yeah, we can expect Kate to be just like huge usage game, scoring wise, low usage game, assisting wise.
Yeah, the Pacers preseason just decided that their defense wasn't good. So Carlisle decided to play a bit of math. They're not going to give up threes. They are just going to play man-to-man everywhere. If you can beat them one-on-one, sure, you're going to score a lot there, but you're going to have to rack up points by scoring twos. And just it's high volume, but it has worked for them in a lot of ways this season. Yes, they give up a lot of points, but they trust their offense. And defensively, if you can beat them in the shootout, then congratulations. That's how they play. So makes sense on this handicap. Third play, we go to the Spurs and Rockets game. We're going back to Alperen Şengün on the show, and you're taking him on the 15-plus points, 3.5 assists, and Vassell 15-plus points. Talk to us about this one as well.
I will be more confident in points by the Şengün, but I don't know. Every game we see a different lineup for the Spurs, so I don't know if he's going against Wemby. He will have issues with his size, so I'm not that confident in points. So I didn't go 18 plus in this one. But first game of the season, LP had 25.7 assists. He covered four plus assists in like uh, 10 out of the last 11 games, and in all but 2 games so far this season. So he covered this assist in 17 out of 19 games this season. And San Antonio Spurs are a perfect matchup. And if he's bothered by Wemby size, he'll be posting up and passing out of it. So yeah, it will be interesting. And points, I like 15 points. When Wemby sits, he'll cook anyone in front of him. So Wemby's having some weird rotation, so Alpi will have a lot of minutes without Wemby out there, so he should be easily to score like he did in the first game. And if we take a look at the Vassell, finally back to being a starter. Last game he had some issues, not a great scoring game for him. He was 1 from 9 from 3-point line, 4 for 15 overall, and scored only 11 points. But before that, he had a great run and like even scored 22 points against the Wolves. He had great games against the Hawks, Denver, Golden State, Clippers. Scored off the bench in like 25, 26 minutes, scored 18 plus in every game. So Houston Rockets, like they have great defense. But if he starts a point guard, and who will guard him? They will need to put Fred VanVleet on him, and Vassell can just shoot over him. Like I love Fred VanVleet as the defender, but Vassell can just shoot over him because they'll probably need Brooks to defend Keldon Johnson. So yeah, I just think if they start Vassell as a point, he should be able to thrive. If not, the Rockets are also helping on the nail, so the threes will be there. Earlier this season, for the second game of the season, Vassell played in full minutes as a starter against the Rockets and scored 25 points.
Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 3 plays for today. Still waiting if we can get to that 75 like total. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Want to talk to you guys about that first play once again with Derek Jones Jr. for the simple fact that showing the power of line shopping. We use BetStamp, we track our plays, and it's super easy to find the best lines in market. For example, Derek Jones Jr., Bet365, FanDuel, Caesars, all popular sports books. nowhere near the same price here as we got at BetMGM, minus 115 on Derek Jones Jr. Caesars is minus 127. FanDuel minus 128. Bet365 minus 135. So if you're looking to improve in a sports better, make sure you have the sports books in your area at your disposal. You can sign up to those sports books by using our affiliate link we have here in the QR code in the top right corner of the screen, or in the link in the description. Audio listeners as well, we have the link in the description there. Betstamp.app/theboard. See what's available in your region when you're making a sports wager. Check out Betstamp. Only takes 5 seconds pretty much to find the game, find the bet that you want to make, and make sure you're getting the best price in market. You win more on your winners, you lose less on your losers. It's the easiest way to become a more profitable sports bettor. But let's go back to the show here and talk about the recap of the previous day's plays. Unfortunately, it was not the finish of the week we wanted. We wanted to make up for the earlier parts of the week, but this was me and Pitt were talking after Friday night. This was a week that just needed to end. Just nothing went our way here. Scotty Barnes did get home in the second half, as he typically does. Randall, 18, 5, and 3, I think it was, going to the fourth quarter. We needed 1 point and 2 rebounds in the fourth quarter. Could not give it to us. I think he only played 4 fourth quarter minutes as well. Jokic, we just caught 2 of Jokic's worst games ever this week in betting. Pips, sum up the week of betting and sum up the slate that we had here.
Yeah, it was maybe the worst week we ever had on the show, especially the last 3 days. We had a good start with a couple of easy wins, and then just everything went south. I think our bets were fine. We were hit with variants. Like Jokic makes one more shot like game prior, and we don't have Matter in toe on the line, and we are good last week. I mean, so it sometimes it takes just like small things like that to make a big difference. And he had a crazy hot start to a season, gave a lot of it back over the last week, but nothing to do there. Like it was this and this instead of slow steady rise. So like yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's tough. We always recap no matter what, winners and losers, but we are hoping very much today that we can get ourselves back on track. Okay, I recognize we're not quite at 75, but it's a brand new show time. Everybody's up a little bit earlier today, especially if you're on the West Coast watching, and it's very early in the day for yourselves. So I'll trust we'll hit the like goal by the time we close the show out for the day. But or when the games start, I'm sure we'll have the number. So let's go to that big SGP. After all, we're trying to make up from last week. And yeah, the viewers, you've supported us all season. You guys absolutely deserve it. So let's go to the big SGP. I did say it was in the Mavericks and Grizzlies game. It's all Luka Doncic. 4 bets, four legs, all Luka Doncic. 30 plus points, 10 plus assists, 8 plus rebounds, and over 2.5 threes. If you are on the 3-point line is not available, but just play the exact same bet, not including the 3-point line, and you'll have almost, it's actually a tiny bit better than this. But assumingly, if Doncic's getting 30 points, he's going to have 3 threes. So we like this play on BetMGM plus 230 odds. We track all of the big SGPs at half a unit for everybody that was asking earlier. Pips, why are you back in Doncic here? I mean, you said in the Derek Jones handicap, nobody is playing today for the Mavericks. So does that factor in a lot?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, Kyrie being out is the main thing here, but them being short-handed also, I think Luka should play 40 minutes tonight. Earlier this season, they played Memphis Grizzlies and without Kyrie, and Luka had 35 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, and 6 threes. So he covered this bet like easily, like well over every of these line. So I'm just going back to it because we are getting a great price for it. I think this is a game that Luka could be all around game. So far this season, without Kyrie, 5 games with 10 or more assists. So he covered it all 5 without Kyrie. 2 triple doubles in the last 3 games. Was close to covering this line in all 3. Covered in 2. scored 30 plus or more in 6 straight games. Like everything is looking good for this bet, especially at this price.
All right. So simple as that. Luka Doncic on multiple different levels here. 30 plus points, 10 plus assists, 8 plus rebounds, and over 2.5 3-pointers. All right, guys, that will do it for the Monday show here. Actually, I think we'd be doing a disservice. We didn't talk about the in-season tournament final. Let's finish on that. The Lakers win the inaugural in-season tournament. LeBron and it was very clear LeBron and the Lakers wanted to win this thing. They get it done in the end. But what was it about the Lakers in this game against the Pacers where they were able to stunt the Pacers offense? Certainly. I mentioned on the show that I liked the under. I'll give myself a little bit of credit here. I said it would get played up closer to the game, and I said play it right before the game. That's what I did, and was fortunate that it did stay that way. But what was it about the Lakers defense? They were able to stump this Pacers offense.
Not just the defense on Halliburton, Cam Reddish, and Vander's sides, and blitzes, the blitzing guys defense, the moving him away. That's just it. Like they slowed down Halliburton and they won the game. Defense on Halliburton was probably the best we've seen so far this season, and I didn't expect much less from the Lakers and from LeBron. He knows how to stop players, and if it's a bit, he knows how to stop every players besides Jamal Murray and Jokic pick and roll like that. Like that, no one can stop that.
And to be fair, yeah, who's stopping that?
Yeah, but when there is like Zion, Halliburton, we saw with Zion like the same stuff. Like he completely locked their defense, locked him out. There was like some mic stuff, so he was telling people how to do exactly like you need to be here and do that, and he will do that, and then he will do that, and we'll win possession. And you can see like in the game, the exact thing that LeBron said them to do, they like was happening a couple of times throughout the game, and he was just pointing to people's fingers because he said it and it happened. So yeah, it's LeBron stuff, and I mean Pacers defense can't handle the Lakers, so they need like every game they allowed almost 120 points, but they did great stuff on the other side and won the games. This game, Lakers just didn't allow them to do their stuff on the other side and won pretty easily. I mean, it's interesting to see. Like we bet AD and he was like passive, like not even trying to play. And then you have this game. I mean, it's a great matchup, but he was like straight from the first minute, just aggressive AD, and completely dominated the entire game.
Yep. Every other Davis strikes again. We don't bet him here. He gets 41 in the end, but LeBron does get the MVP at the end on that one. I mean,
that was weird. I think finals game was such an obvious AD MVP.
It was a tournament MVP they went with, but like I also agree. Like if roles were reversed and LeBron had the 41-point final, LeBron gets that MVP. So I mean, the NBA.
It's not just 20, 41. He had 41, 20, and 5, and like his defense was like all-time great.
Like I said, role reverse, LeBron's getting that MVP. But like the NBA with LeBron, of course. Okay, good question here by Nicholas, by the way. He asked, so the ESPN doesn't have the 14.5 alt line Şengün. They have 15.5. Would you play it? Play 15.5 for plus 119 as well. That's also a viable option. Okay. My goodness, that would be a rough hook if he finishes on exact 15. You never know, but that's a good price. Plus 119 there for that one. Okay. Well, that will be all for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Know it was a different time. We'll get into the full swing of things. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And listen, if you got somebody watch the show, make sure you remind them. The show goes live at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. This is not a one-off. Every weekday morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. That is when you are going to get Pick and Roll. And so make sure you're subscribed, notifications on so you never forget. You can also follow us on Twitter for all of the updates about the show. And reminder as well, we have the Thursday show with myself and Kirk Evans on this channel that you can also check out. So lots of content here. Make sure you are subscribed, and please make sure you've smashed the like button on this stream for today because we've gone out of the way. 4 plays for you guys to tail. First of all, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Derek Jones Jr. over 12.5 points for minus 115 odds at BetMGM. Second play, Pacers and Pistons. Cade Cunningham, under 9.5 assists and over, or 20 plus points rather. 20 plus points, under 9.5 assists, minus 110 at BetMGM on the SGP. Better at ESPN Bet if you have access. Spurs at Rockets, we have Vassell, 15 plus points. Şengün, 15 plus points and over 3.5 assists. That's minus 110 at BetMGM on the SGP. And the big SGP, 4 legs, all Luka Doncic, half a unit for plus 230 odds. Doncic, 30 plus points, 10 plus assists, 8 plus rebounds, and over 2.5 threes. Better on ESPN Bet, even without the 3-point line included. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Me and Piz will be back tomorrow. Same time for more from Pick and Roll. We hope to see you there.